Hello Swatantra TV viewers. I am Mahima, welcoming you to our English bulletin with latest news, updates and analysis. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Monday exuded confidence to win the upcoming Lok Sabha elections and said the new government will transfer 1 lakh rupees annually into accounts of women belonging to scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and backward categories. Addressing a rally at Dhanora in Sioni district in Madhya Pradesh, which is part of the Mandla Lok Sabha constituency, Gandhi also assured to provide guaranteed apprenticeships to unemployed youths. Congress has fielded former Minister and MLA Omkar Singh Markam from the Mandla constituency against the sitting MP and Union Minister Fagan Singh Kuliste. The Congress has also promised to double the money being paid to Asha and Anganwadi workers, Gandhi said. After completing the apprenticeship, they will get a job at the same place if they perform well, he added. The Congress government will frame a law to ensure that farmers get adequate MSP for their crops for which they have been agitating for a long period, he said. Gandhi alleged the BJP has been purposely terming tribal people as Vanvasis instead of calling them Adivasis with a motive to uproot them from their land and snatch their first right on the water, forest and land. The BJP want to give land belonging to industrialists, he said.
22-25 लोगों का 16 लाख करोड़ रुपया कर्जा माफ किया है। आम आदमी से आप कहो कि भैया 16 लाख रुपए कितना होता है, वो आपको बता नहीं पाएगा। इतना पैसा होता है कि आपको और हमें समझ ही नहीं आता कितना पैसा। तो मैं आपको बताता हूं, मनरेगा को चलाने में 65,000 करोड़ रुपए लगते हैं। नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 22-25 लोगों के लिए 24 साल का मनरेगा का पैसा कर्जे में माफ कर दिया। हिंदुस्तान के गरीब लोग कर्जा माफी मांगते हैं, किसान कर्जा माफी मांगते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स बैंक का कर्जा माफ करने की बात करते हैं। नरेंद्र मोदी कहते हैं नहीं। मगर हिंदुस्तान के अरबपति जिनके पास सब कुछ है, उनके लिए नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 24 साल का मनरेगा माफ किया। आज की हालत में आपको बताता हूं, हिंदुस्तान में 22 लोग ऐसे हैं जिनके पास उतना ही धन है जितना हिंदुस्तान के 70 करोड़ लोगों के पास है। एक तरफ 22 लोग अरबपति, प्राइवेट हवाई जहाज।
The BJP's ideological ancestors supported the British and the Muslim League against Indians in the freedom struggle, Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge said on Monday as he hit back at Prime Minister Narendra Modi over his Muslim League imprint remarks on the party's manifesto. Modi had earlier attacked the Congress, charging that its poll manifesto bore the imprint of the Muslim League and utterances of its leaders showed hostility towards national integrity and Sanatan Dharma. In a post on X, Kharge said that Modi Shah's political and ideological ancestors supported the British and the Muslim League against the Indians in the freedom struggle. BJP chief JP Nadda had also accused the Congress of appeasement in its manifesto and asked the party to explain why it was against the majority. In his post, Kharge alleged that Modi Shah's ideological ancestors opposed Mahatma Gandhi's call for Quit India in 1942, which was a movement chaired by Maulana Azad. Everyone knows how Shama Prasad Mukherjee formed his governments in Bengal, Sindh and the Northwest Frontier Province in the 1940s in coalition with the Muslim League, the Congress chief said. There is a stink of RSS in Modi ji's speeches. The BJP's electoral graph is plunging day by day. Therefore, the RSS has started remembering its best friend, the Muslim League, Kharge said.
चूरू में ना वहां पर एक भाषण दिया, अरे यहाँ किसानों के मुद्दे बहुत है, किसानों परेशान हैं, हजारों लोग सुसाइड करके मर रहे हैं, उनकी बात छोड़े और यहाँ आकर कह रहे मैंने 371 को निकाल दिया। अरे भाई यहाँ के लोगों से क्या वास्ता है? ठीक है, आप जाके कश्मीर में बोलो, जम्मू में बोलो, लेकिन यहाँ जो बोल रहे हैं किसान के लिए आपने क्या किया ये बताइए। क्या फर्टिलाइजर के दाम कम कर दिए? क्या डीजल का दाम कम कर दिए? क्या पेट्रोल का दाम कम कर दिया? तो ये सब नहीं करने वाले, उनको आप वोट देंगे? आप सबको धन्यवाद देता हूं। और राजस्थान के लिए कांग्रेस ने क्या किया? देखिए, इंदिरा गांधी नहर, ये बहुत बड़ा, इससे पूरा राजस्थान का पिक्चर बदल गया। ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन हुआ, जो लोग बाहर जाते थे, आज इंदिरा गांधी।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday hit out at the opposition Congress, saying it overlooked needs of the poor for decades since independence and never understood their pain. Addressing a rally in Chhattisgarh's Bastar district, which will go to polls on 19th April, he also said that the Congress manifesto for the Lok Sabha elections has a Muslim League imprint. During the Congress regime, corruption had become the country's identity, he said. Since independence, the Congress overlooked needs of the poor for decades and never understood their pain, the PM said. People said what will happen to the poor during the COVID-19 pandemic, but I said I will give free vaccine and ration to them, he said, adding that, due to my government's efforts, 25 crore people have risen above the poverty line. The Prime Minister said he had come to thank the people for supporting his government in the last 10 years. He asserted that his countrymen have become his Raksha Kavach or protective shield.
मोदी ने जब घोटालेबाजों का रास्ता रोका, जब बिचौलियों की कमाई बंद की, तब से इनका पारा 7वां आसमान पर पहुंच गया है। ये मोदी के साथ बढ़ के छत्तीसगढ़ में कांग्रेस के भ्रष्टाचार पर आज कड़ी कार्रवाई हो रही। यहाँ के युवाओं को जिन्होंने धोखा दिया है, उनकी तेजी से जांच चल रही है। हम नाराज होकर ये लाठी से मोदी का सिर फोड़ने की धमकी दे रहे हैं। मोदी गरीब का बेटा है, सिर ऊंचा रख करके चलता है। मोदी इनकी धमकियों से डरने वाला नहीं है। आप मुझे बताइए, गरीबों को जिन्होंने लूटा, गरीबों को जिन्होंने लूटा, उन्हें सजा मिलनी चाहिए कि नहीं? सब लोग बताइए, सजा मिलनी चाहिए? सजा मिलनी चाहिए? कोई घर में घुस आए और लूटपाट करने लगे तो परिवार का हर सदस्य उससे भीड़ जाता है। मोदी के लिए तो मेरा भारत, मेरा परिवार है। मैं भी अपने देश को, अपने परिवार को, और इसलिए मैं कहता हूं, भ्रष्टाचार हटाओ। और वो क्या कहते हैं? वो कहते हैं भ्रष्टाचारी बचाओ। चुनाव की रैलियां नहीं कर रहे हैं, भ्रष्टाचारी को बचाने की रैलियां कर रहे हैं।
A court here on Monday denied interim bail to BRS leader K. Kavita in the Delhi excise policy-related money laundering case. Special Judge Kaveri Baveja dismissed the plea, saying the stage was not right to enlarge her on interim bail. Kavita had approached the court for interim bail, saying her 16-year-old son has examinations and needs his mother's moral and emotional support. The Enforcement Directorate had opposed the submission, claiming Kavita destroyed evidence and influenced witnesses in the case. The agency had alleged that Kavita is a key member of the South Group, which has been accused of paying the ruling AAP in Delhi kickbacks of 100 crore rupees in return for a big share of liquor licenses in the national capital. Kavita was arrested from her Banjara Hills residence on 15th March amid protests by BRS supporters. Senior Congress leader K.C. Venugopal on Monday said some leaders quit the party the moment they received notices from central investigating agencies and fell at the feet of BJP and union government. Venugopal, who is AICC General Secretary, however, hailed leaders like Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar and said, according to him, he defeated the alleged pressure exerted by BJP through various agencies. Citing the example of Shivkumar, he further said the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister was a leader who had shown the courage to continue in the party despite being jailed for no reason by central agencies. While many other leaders quit Congress when they received notices from central investigating agencies and surrendered before the BJP-led union government, Shivkumar declared the Indian National Congress is his mother and he won't leave the party. The AICC General Secretary, who is contesting from Alappuzha Lok Sabha constituency, was speaking during a campaign program attended by Shivkumar. Venugopal also slammed Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan for his continuous criticism of Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. The Congress is on a mission during the Lok Sabha polls, and that is to reclaim India, the country that loves and cares for everyone. For that, we have to win the maximum number of seats, the senior leader Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy on Monday exhorted the people to restore politics to its former glory. He regretted that the politics today touched the Nadir. Speaking at a huge public rally at Vinukonda in Andhra Pradesh as part of the Bus Yatra, Jagan Mohan Reddy said that the YSRCP government has been providing pensions to over 66 lakh beneficiaries by spending over 2,000 crore rupees a month without any discrimination based on caste, religion and political affiliation. He came down heavily on TDP chief N. Chandrababu Naidu for depriving the poor, particularly the elderly, of pensions. Naidu and gang complained to the Election Commission against volunteers who had been doing yeoman services to the poor and elders in the villages, and it led to the Election Commission ordering the government to stop volunteers from distributing pensions to elders at their doorstep. Earlier at Darsi, as part of his 11th day of Bus Yatra, the Chief Minister interacted with the beneficiaries, explaining the stark difference between the YSRCP government and the previous TDP regime in extending the pensions. In the TDP regime, only 39 lakh beneficiaries received pensions at the rate of 1,000 rupees each, but 2 months before the election they changed it to 2,000 rupees. But now the YSRCP government not only increased the amount to 3,000 rupees but extended it to 66.34 lakh eligible beneficiaries, said Chief Minister Jagan. The government is spending 2,000 crore rupees per month, which is 24,000 crore rupees per year. In the last 5 years, the government spent over 90,000 crore rupees on pensions.
మోసం చేసే వాళ్ళని నమ్మద్దండి, అబద్ధాలు చెప్పే వాళ్ళని నమ్మద్దండి. ఎందుకనంటే ఈ రోజు మీ బిడ్డ దాదాపుగా సంవత్సరానికి 70,000 కోట్ల రూపాయలు ఖర్చు చేస్తూ ఉన్నాడు. ఈ మాదిరిగా ఇంతకు ముందు ఎప్పుడు జరగల. మీ బిడ్డ ఈ మాదిరిగా ఎందుకు చేయగలుగుతా ఉన్నాడు అని అంటే ఎక్కడా కూడా కరప్షన్ లేకుండా, ఎక్కడా కూడా వివక్ష లేకుండా మీ బిడ్డ తీసుకొచ్చిన సమూహమైన మార్పులు తీసుకొచ్చాడు. కాబట్టి ఎప్పుడూ చూడని విధంగా, ఎప్పుడూ జరగని విధంగా ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్ర చరిత్రలో ఈరోజు సంవత్సరానికి 70,000 కోట్ల రూపాయలు దాదాపుగా మంచి చేయిస్తూ ఈరోజు పనులు జరుగుతూ ఉన్నాయి. కానీ ఈరోజు సూపర్ 6 అంటా ఉన్నాడు చంద్రబాబు, సూపర్ 7 అంటా ఉన్నాడు చంద్రబాబు. వాటికి ఇటువంటివన్నీ కూడా కలుపుకుంటే మొత్తానికి చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి హామీలు 1,40,000 కోట్లు దాటుతా ఉన్నాయి. ఎటువంటి వివక్ష లేకుండా 70,000 కోట్ల రూపాయలు ఖర్చు చేసే పరిస్థితి జగన్కే చాలా కష్టంగా ఉంటే, ఆయన సునాయాసంగా నోట్లో నుంచి చెప్పేటి అబద్ధాలే కదా అని 1,40,000 కోట్ల రూపాయల గురించి చెప్తా ఉన్నాడు అని అంటే ఇక దాని అర్థం ఏమిటి? అందరినీ మోసం చేసేదానికే కదా. తర్వాత మళ్ళీ చంద్రబాబు నాయుడుకు పొరపాటున ఓటేస్తే మాత్రం పులి నోట్లో తలకాయ పెట్టినట్టే అన్నది ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ కూడా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి.
AP Ghana greets people on occasion of Ugadi. Andhra Pradesh Ghana S. Abdul Nazir on the occasion of Shri Krodhi Nam Samvatsara Ugadi festival on Tuesday greeted the people. He said that on the happy and auspicious occasion of Ugadi, Telugu New Year Day, he extend his heartiest felicitations and warm greetings to the people of Andhra Pradesh and to all Telugu people living across the world. Ugadi is a festival of joy and happiness as the new year brings with it new hope of a bright future. He hoped that Shri Krodhi Nam Samvatsara Ugadi will usher in peace, prosperity, harmony and happiness among the people of all sections of Officer Mukesh Kumar Meena on Monday embarked on a mission to create voter awareness through 10670 post offices across the state. He, along with additional CEO MN Harindhira Prasad and Assistant Postmaster General Kandula Sudhir Babu, unveiled various types of voter awareness posters printed by the Postal Department in Amravati in Andhra Pradesh. Speaking on the occasion, Meena said that as part of the systematic voters education and electoral participation program, the Election Commission of India has entered into an agreement with the Postal Department to conduct voter awareness programs. As part of the implementation of this agreement, various types of posters have been printed by the Postal Department. He said that voter awareness programs will be conducted on a wide scale through 57 head post offices, 1512 sub-post offices and 9101 branch post offices across the state through those posters. He called upon the people of the state, especially the youth, to realize the value of vote and the importance of elections and exercise their right to vote in the upcoming elections. TMC leaders were detained by the Delhi police on Monday while they staged protest outside the Election Commission's office, demanding that the chiefs of CBI, NIA, ED and Income Tax Department be changed. A 10-member delegation of the Trinamool Congress had announced the protest after meeting a full bench of the Election Commission. The delegation urged the Commission to ensure a level playing field in the Lok Sabha polls and stop the misuse of the central agencies against opposition parties and leaders. TMC Rajya Sabha member Sagarika Ghose, who was among the leaders who met the poll panel, said, "The Mamata Banerjee-led party has been alleging that the central probe agencies like the Enforcement Directorate, the CBI, the NIA and the Income Tax Department have been targeting opposition parties at the behest of the BJP-led centre." TMC MPs Darak O'Brien, Mohammad Nadimul Haq, Dola Sen, Saket Gokhale and Ghose, MLA Vivek Gupta, former MPs Arpita Ghosh, Santanu Sen and Abir Ranjan Biswas, and party's Students' Wing West Bengal Vice President Sudeep Raha were detained. indices Sensex and Nifty reached their fresh record highs on Monday, amid optimism in global markets and foreign fund inflows. Buying in index major Reliance Industries also fueled the rally in equities. The 30-share BSE Sensex jumped 494.28 points or 0.67% to settle at a new closing peak of 74,742.50. During the day, it zoomed 621.08 points or 0.83% to reach a record intraday high of 74,869.30. The NSE Nifty climbed 152.60 points or 0.68% to 22,666.30. During the day, it jumped 183.6 points or 0.81% to hit a lifetime high of 22,697.30. From the Sensex basket, Maruti, Mahindra and Mahindra, NTPC, JSW Steel, Larsen and Toubro, Reliance Industries, Axis Bank, and Power Grid were the major gainers. Nestle, Wipro, Tata Consultancy Services, HDFC Bank, Titan, HCL Technologies and Infosys were the laggards. Global equities posted mostly modest moves as investors prepared for a busy week that includes US inflation data and European Central Bank interest rate decision, said Deepak Jasani, head of retail research, HDFC Securities. In the broader market, the BSE mid-cap gauge climbed 0.26% while small-cap index dipped 0.06%. Thank you for watching Swatantra TV English Bulletin. For a complete and comprehensive English news bulletin, please do watch Swatantra TV. This is Mahima, signing off. Keep watching Swatantra TV.